Now, I must say, I have never been so excited to be wrong about something in the real estate market. We have the June market statistics available now. We are going to go over everything we have here from the Toronto Real Estate Board. But if you are on a variable rate mortgage, I think me being wrong about my analysis is going to really benefit you in the next 30 days. Stay tuned throughout this video for me to let you know why I think that's actually going to benefit you. Today, we're going to dive into those details in the June release. As we always do, I will read the press release from the Toronto Real Estate Board. If you just want to pause the screen and read that yourself, feel free to go ahead. If not, follow along with me here as I read through that press release. My name is Mike Carpino. Thank you so much for tuning into another market update video. This video is going to be specific for the Greater Toronto area. If you want something more specific, a Georgetown, a Cambridge, a Brampton, there will be separate videos coming out on my channel in the next week or two on those specific areas. This is going to be a general analysis. And if you want to discuss any real estate with me, feel free to do so. You can reach me at my cell phone number here, and we can discuss whatever is going on in the real estate market that is giving you some trouble. So let's get in the article and see what the Toronto Real Estate Board has to say for themselves. So on July 4th, we got the release. The June 2024 home sales in the Greater Toronto area were lower compared to the same month last year, according to Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, so TREB. Despite the Bank of Canada's rate cut that was the first one in 4 years, it did not spike home purchases like a lot of people, myself included, thought that it was going to. The market remained well supplied, resulting in a slight dip in the average selling price compared to June 2023. The Bank of Canada's rate cut last month provided some initial relief for homeowners and buyers. However, the June sales results suggest that most home buyers will require multiple rate cuts for us to see them move off the sidelines. This follows the polling for TREB, which suggests that the cumulative rate cuts of 100 basis points or more is required to boost home sales by any significant amount, says the president, Jennifer Pierce. This is where the good news is coming in for people that I was incorrect in my analysis. People have actually stayed on the sidelines. How amazing is that, that there's some willpower out there on the buyer side of things, staying on the sidelines and continuing to keep the market fairly stagnant is going to benefit you if you are on that variable rate track or if you are not in a rush to buy a home, because the Bank of Canada is going to feel forced to activate the market a little bit more and get people going and purchase homes. And if you're not doing that, the only way to do that is to start to lower those rates even more. So the GTA Realtors report showed 6,213 home sales through TREB's MLS system in June 2024. A 16.4% decline compared to last year. A massive decline of 1,200 home sales, which was 7,400 last year, reported June 2023. New listings entered into the MLS system amounted to 17,900, which was up 12%. So not only are we down 16% on the selling side, we are up 12% on the inventory side. So we kind of swing here of 28%, which is not great for the GTA real estate market. Let's just be honest here. The home price index benchmark was down 4.6% year over year in June 2024, and the average selling price was slightly down from $1,162,000, and that was a 1.6% decrease, down from the 1.181 from the last month. So slightly down. It's not a big difference when we're talking about the average price, but it is down for the first time in a little while here. The GTA housing market is currently well supplied. Well supplied means we have a ton of inventory that we have not seen for a long time. Recent home buyers have benefited substantially from the amount of inventory that's out there. It's given them a lot of leverage, and it's allowing them to have negotiating power when it comes to the price of what they're trying to purchase. Moving forward, as the sales pick up alongside lower borrowing costs, and this is the caveat, sales will pick up if borrowing costs go down. Borrowing costs, being mortgage rates, need to go down. We will hopefully see a run up in selling prices as that does happen, says the chief market analysis. Now, of course, they are going to say that, and logic does definitely make sense. Rates go down, prices go up. Will they run up? That's to be seen, but it does make sense. If the rates get a little bit lower, we see more activity happening in the market. Despite a temporary dip in home sales due to high interest rates, we know that the strong population growth driving long-term demand for ownership and rental housing. Ontario has set the goal of 1.5 million more homes on the ground by 2031. Stop there for a second. This is only possible if all levels of government ensure actionable solutions are taken to make sure that these homes are built. Now that we've kind of gone over that here, one thing you need to understand is they have big goals in terms of developments, getting houses built quicker, removing a lot of the barriers that are out there. But the problem is, what kind of houses are they actually going to build? Are they going to build more condos? We don't necessarily need more condos because people don't really want condos. And we have about 7 months of inventory of condos in the GTA, which is a lot. It is a heavy, heavy buyer's market. So what kind of houses are they going to build? Are they going to be affordable? Are they going to be something that really attracts a potential buyer to actually go new development? If you've watched any of my other videos, you know new development right now has its big risks. I'll link a video here that definitely discusses the new builds and some of the issues that we're having. But it really comes down to what's being built, and if they can even hit the quotas is a whole different story. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go over some of the prices and the average sale prices in the 416 and the 905 across the month of June. Some of the year-over-year changes I'll put on the screen as well as we discuss. We don't need to go over the year-over-year stuff as much because to me, I don't necessarily care what last year looked like. I'm more in tune and interested in what's currently happening in the market so we can kind of assess things. Where are the numbers looking at today? So when we're talking sales, the actual amount of transactions that are happening. So we're seeing detached home category in Toronto, and we're saying 416 postal code. So we've got detached semi, townhouse, and condos. You got 744 detached sales, 236 on the semi side. Townhouses were at 232, and then condos. You had 1,014 condo sales in the 416, which is sounding like a lot, but you have to remember how much inventory we actually have. In the 905, if you're looking at condos, you had 506, townhouses, a lot more in the 905 because as you leave the city, there's a lot more townhouse options for people. Those were at 822, and you had 333 semi-detached, and then you had a ton of detached homes. So 2,244 detached homes in the 905 region that sold in June. Now, when it comes to the actual prices of these, Toronto is always going to have the upper hand across the board. So you can see detached average at 1.7, 1.2 for the average semi, $1 million and just a tad over for the average townhouse, and then 763 was your average condo price. When you're getting the 905, you start to see numbers that maybe make a little bit more sense to you if you're a home buyer. Condos being at 657 as the average. Keep in mind, this encompasses all different types of housing within that category. So condos could be 1, 2, 3 bedroom condos, for example, but 657, townhouses under $1 million at 909, semis also under $1 million at 985, and then the average detached in the 905, which is a big area, is still at 1.388. As you can see, the year-over-year change below, I have it there for you, but the biggest category that we want to really pay attention to here is the total average pricing here. You're seeing it down in the semi-detached category about 9.3%, and that is pretty big difference compared to the other categories. But more importantly, look at the total category here for condos. We are down 28% condo sales year over year. That's a pretty big number. That's almost a third of condo sales that we are down. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at the analysis. And the last thing I want to kind of cover here before I kind of break down what I think is going on in the GTA is your year over year numbers, but from a wider perspective here. So as you can see, the sales year over year, as stated in the market breakdown, we have 16% less sales year over year. Big difference, down from 7,400 to 6,200. New listings, we are up 12%. So you can see we're almost at 18,000 new listings compared to 16,000 last year. Active listings, blow your mind. You ready? 67.4% active listings increase. We have 23,613 active listings. Last year, this time, we only had 14,000 active listings. So we were still seeing bidding wars last year. We were seeing people feeling like they had to really go out there and get a home, and they had a lot less buying power. Now, you've got almost double the inventory what you had last year. And the average price slightly down, not a big deal. And when you're talking about how long it's going to take to actually sell your house, it's going to take you about 30 days on average to sell your home now. It was taking about 20 the same time last year. So now that we've kind of gone over the numbers and the market breakdown here from the Treb analyst, and you can see why I think this is really good for you. We're not seeing much activity. We've got tons of inventory, and if buyers stay on the sidelines for the next couple weeks here, we are fairly likely, like a lot of articles are starting to suggest out there, that we will see another rate reduction. And it might only be another quarter point, but another quarter point brings us to 0.5% decrease for the year if that does in fact happen. And that's halfway to that 1% target of getting people off the sidelines. And personally, I'm on a variable rate. I'll take the extra decrease. I know a lot of clients I have and friends and family who are also on a variable rate. They decided to go that route. And hey, we'll all take it. We'll save those few bucks a month depending on how much your mortgage amount is. It can be substantial enough where you're actually going to save $100 to $150 a month at the end of the day. And that is going to make a difference for some people if we see that second rate decrease. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Where do you think we are headed in this real estate market? I think ultimately July and August are always slow months. I think we're going to see a lot of the same happening right now. It's summertime. People are out enjoying it with their family. They're not necessarily thinking real estate. But once that back half of August clicks in their mind, they start to think about things like schooling and back to work and just different weather. And September, October generally does pick up. So let's see if by the time we slug through the summer here, we do start to see a little bit more activity happen. Maybe it's coupled with a rate decrease or two, and we start to see some more market activity. Because if we do not see that in the fall, we never see it in the winter. What are we going to see? We're going to see it next spring. So it's either going to start to happen soon or it's not going to happen for another 6 to 8 months here. I hope this has been a valuable market update for you, showing you really what is happening on the ground floor in the Greater Toronto area from the 416 to the 905. Once again, if you want to discuss real estate in your specific market, shoot me a text. Feel free to chat with me. If you'd like to get more in depth, click the first link in the description box down below. We can book a one-on-one consultation. We can just discuss what's going on in the market, where you want to be. Maybe you're looking to get into the market and you want to know, is this a good time to get into the market? We can have that discussion, and that is obviously going to be based on your specific situation. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Mike Carpino, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.